All right, so today we're diving into AI-powered painting.
AI-powered painting.
Yeah.
Nice.
Specifically, how it's changing things up inside of Krita.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Krita?
It might not have if you're not like super deep into digital art.
Right.
But Krita is this really cool program. It's free and open source.
Nice.
And it's actually built by artists who wanted professional level tools available to everyone.
Okay, so it's making art more accessible.
Exactly.
I love that.
Yeah.
But what's got me like really excited is this interstice thing.
Interstice.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a plugin and a cloud service that brings generative AI
Right.
straight into Krita.
Wow.
So imagine having AI as your art buddy, like right there in the software.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could do so much with it.
Okay.
Like we're talking in-painting, out-painting style transfer.
Uh-huh.
You can even have the AI interpret your rough sketches and turn them into like full-blown artwork.
Hold up. So I can like doodle a stick figure and the AI can turn that into like a masterpiece. Sign me up.
Yeah.
We've got like a whole stack of info here
Okay.
on both the Krita AI diffusion plugin itself and this interstice cloud thing.
Right.
Where do we even begin?
Well, I think we should start with the plugin.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's like the core of all this AI magic.
So the plugin is like the bridge between Krita's usual tools.
Yeah, you could think about it that way.
And the AI.
Yeah, it's connecting those two worlds.
Okay, cool. So it's like the translator helping my artistic vision become reality with AI.
Exactly.
The sources keep mentioning precision and control
Right.
as major pluses with the plugin.
Yeah, because you can generate images within specific areas. You can refine existing stuff, and you can even use reference images or sketches to guide the AI.
So it's not just slapping AI on the canvas and just like seeing what happens.
And you have so much control over what the AI generates.
Okay, that's good.
And it's designed to like integrate with Krita's workflow seamlessly.
Okay.
So it feels like a natural extension of how you're already working. Not some like clunky add-on.
It's a relief, honestly, because like nothing's worse than a tool that just totally disrupts your flow.
Right.
Right?
Totally.
I'm also digging the emphasis on making this accessible.
Yeah.
Like the plugin supports open source models,
Uh-huh.
and it can even run locally on your computer.
Yeah, so you don't have to rely on someone else's servers.
Right. But there is a cloud option, too.
Yeah, for those of us who don't have NASA-grade computers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like my little laptop over here.
Exactly.
It would probably burst into flames if I tried to run some of this stuff.
Yeah, it's nice to have that option, though,
For sure.
to be able to use the cloud.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The devs are clearly passionate about making these powerful AI tools
Yes.
available to everyone,
Right.
no matter like your setup.
It's all about democratizing creativity.
Yes. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get a bit more technical for a sec.
Okay.
The sources mention the plugin supporting Stable Diffusion 1.5 and XL models. Right.
What in the world does that even mean?
Well, think of Stable Diffusion as like the brains behind the operation.
Okay.
It's one of the like top open source AI models for making images.
So the plugin being able to use these models
Yeah,
means it's got access to some serious firepower.
exactly. It's like having a supercharged engine under the hood.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Then there's this other thing called ControlNet
ControlNet.
that keeps popping up. What's the deal with that?
So ControlNet is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
You can imagine being able to use simple sketches, line art, or even just like rough scribbles to control how the AI generates the image.
Okay.
It can even use depth maps from 3D models to understand the scene you're going for.
Wait, so I can like scribble down like a crazy battle scene idea?
Yeah.
And ControlNet helps the AI understand my mess and turn it into a coherent image.
Exact. It's all about making the AI understand your vision, even if your initial sketch is just a bunch of like random lines.
My mind is officially blown.
To top it off, there's this IP adapter thing that handles style transfer. So does that mean I can basically steal Van Gogh's style and make it my own?
Well, not steals exactly.
Okay.
But yes, IP adapter lets you take elements like style or composition from one image and apply them to another.
Okay.
So you could capture the essence of like a classic painting and infuse it into your own work.
Gotcha.
The possibilities are insane.
Okay, I need a minute to process all of this.
Sure.
Before we move on, there were two more features
Okay.
that caught my eye. Live painting.
Live painting
Live painting.
and regions.
Regions.
What are those all about?
So those are both incredible features.
Okay.
With live painting, the AI actually watches your canvas as you work and interprets what you're doing in real time.
Really?
So it's like having the AI paint alongside you.
So it's a true collaboration.
It is a collaboration.
Back and forth between you and the AI.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's wild. What about regions then? So with regions, you can select different areas of your canvas and give each one a specific text description.
Okay.
And the AI then generates imagery that fits those descriptions.
So I could say, like, make this part look like a forest, and then make this part look like a futuristic city, and the AI would just do it.
Exactly. It's like having an AI assistant that can visualize your ideas on demand.
This is seriously amazing stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing.
But let's be real, all this AI magic probably needs some serious computing power, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Right, so that's where interstice.cloud comes in.
Okay. Interstice.cloud.
Yeah, it's like having a supercomputer in the cloud.
Oh.
That handles all the heavy lifting for you.
Oh, okay.
So you don't need to, like, shell out for a top-of-the-line graphics card to play around with these AI tools.
Wait, so even I could run this stuff without my computer bursting into flames?
Exactly.
That's a game changer for accessibility.
It really is.
But how does it actually work?
It's surprisingly simple. You just sign into interstice.cloud, connect it to the Krita plugin, and boom, you're ready to roll.
No technical headaches.
No technical headaches.
Just pure creative freedom.
That's the goal.
I love that. All right, I'm sold.
Awesome.
Now I'm itching to see what people are already creating with this tech kit.
Yeah.
The sources mentioned, the Interstice website has a gallery with some jaw-dropping examples.
Oh, yeah, they're mind-blowing.
Okay.
It's really cool to see how these tools can be used in, like, real-world projects.
Yeah, not just like theoretical stuff.
Exactly. It's like the future of digital art is unfolding right before our eyes.
Okay, you got to give me the highlights.
Okay.
What kind of visual magic are we talking about here?
Okay, so picture this. You have an old damaged photo.
Okay.
And with AI in painting, you can realistically fill in those missing parts and restore the image to its former glory.
Oh, way.
Or imagine seamlessly adding new elements to an existing artwork with AI outpainting.
That's incredible.
It's like digital restoration on steroids.
I'm already thinking of all the family photos that I could fix up. Right.
With this, what else?
So there's also AI outpainting,
Oh, wow.
which lets you expand the borders of an artwork.
Okay.
So imagine taking a landscape painting and seamlessly extending it to create this panoramic masterpiece.
Okay, stop. I can barely keep up.
That's a lot.
We also talked about using different inputs to guide the AI,
Yes.
like sketches and line art.
Right.
But the sources mentioned even wilder stuff, depth maps, pose skeletons, even just scribbles.
It's true. The AI can work with so many different types of input.
So it's like the AI can read your mind, even if your mind is a chaotic mess of scribbles.
Pretty much, you can just like sketch down these rough ideas and the AI will help you flesh them out.
That's insane.
They're really cool.
It's like having an AI assistant that understands your creative shorthand.
Exactly.
It really feels like this tech could be a game changer, especially for artists who might feel intimidated by the technical side of things.
For sure. It's all about empowering creativity, not replacing it.
Yeah, these tools, they remove barriers and open up a world of possibilities for artists of all skill levels.
Yeah. It's almost like having a creative brainstorming partner.
Yes.
Like built right into your software.
It's like having an extra brain to bounce ideas off of.
Exactly. And someone to help you push your artistic boundaries.
Definitely.
Speaking of pushing boundaries, this tech lets you experiment with styles and genres that might be completely outside of your comfort zone.
That's right. You could be a traditional painter and suddenly dive into the world of abstract art.
So you're saying it can help artists break free from their creative ruts and discover entirely new ways of expressing themselves.
Exactly. It's like having a portal to infinite artistic possibilities right there at your fingertips.
I'm getting chills just thinking about it. But let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
Even with the cloud option, there's got to be some technical stuff to consider, right?
Yeah, of course.
Can I really run this on my old laptop?
What about that?
Yeah.
AI, especially when it comes to making images, can be pretty demanding on your computer. So while interstice.cloud is a lifesaver for those of us without top-of-the-line hardware, there are some things to keep in mind if you want to run the plugin locally.
Okay, hit me with it. What kind of tech specs are we talking about here?
So for the best performance, they recommend a beefy graphics card.
Beefy.
Think NVIDIA with at least 6 gigabits of VRAM or AMD with at least 12 gigabits.
Okay.
You can try running it on your CPU, but it'll be slower than a snail in a molasses factory.
Yeah, sounds like my trusty laptop is out of the running then.
Probably.
But hey, at least there's the cloud option.
Exactly.
What about installation? How techy do I need to be to get this thing up and running?
Don't worry, it's pretty straightforward.
Okay.
You just download the plugin, import it into Krita, and then tell it whether you want to use your own computer or the cloud.
Okay.
It's designed to be user-friendly, even for like tech-challenged folks like me.
Okay. That's a relief. I did see something about the plugin being open source and customizable.
Yes.
What does that even mean for the average user? Is it worth diving into?
It's more of a bonus feature for like the tinkerers out there.
Okay.
So if you're comfortable with code, you can tweak the plugin settings, create your own presets, and even bring your own AI models into the mix.
So it's like a choose your own adventure for the tech-savvy crowd?
Yeah, you can keep it simple or go full-on mad scientist with it.
I love that.
Yeah, it's great.
It's all about giving users flexibility and control.
Exactly.
Which is always a good thing in creative software.
For sure.
But even if you stick to the basic setup, the possibilities are still mind-blowing.
They really are.
This entire thing has been one aha moment after another.
I know, right?
It's incredible how this tech is blurring the lines between traditional art practices and cutting-edge AI.
Yeah, it's really fascinating to think about.
It really is, and that's what's so fascinating about it, right?
Right.
It's not about AI replacing artists.
No.
It's about providing them with a whole new set of tools to explore their creativity.
Exactly.
And as these tools become more accessible,
Yeah.
who knows what kind of artistic revolution we'll see?
That's the exciting part. We have no idea what's going to happen next.
You've got me thinking.
Yeah.
If AI can do all of this, what does it mean for the role of the artist?
That's the big question.
Is this a tool, a partner, a muse, or something else entirely?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It really is.
And it's something that we're going to explore in more depth in the next part of our deep dive.
Okay.
We'll be looking at the broader implications of AI in the art world and how this technology might reshape the very definition of art itself.
I can't wait. This has been an incredible journey so far.
It has been.
And I'm already buzzing with ideas and questions.
Me too. It's clear that AI is poised to revolutionize the art world as we know it.
For sure.
But how exactly that revolution will unfold is still an open question.
And that, my friends, is what makes it all so exciting.
Absolutely.
Welcome back. I'm still like reeling from all the possibilities we talked about.
I know. It's a lot to take in.
It is.
For sure.
But now I'm curious, like, what does this AI art revolution actually mean for the art world as a whole?
That's the big question everyone's asking, right?
Yeah.
We've seen all the cool tools. We've seen the mind-blowing examples.
Right.
But now we need to, like, zoom out and think about the ripple effects.
Exactly. Like, it's exciting, sure, but there's also a part of me that's like, wait, if AI can make art this good,
Right.
what happens to human artists?
It's a valid concern.
Yeah.
Like, one of the biggest worries is about jobs,
Right.
right? If AI can pump out artwork that looks like a human, made it.
Right.
Will there even be a need for human artists anymore?
It's like, will all artists be replaced by robots?
Yeah, that's the fear.
But art isn't just about technical skill, right?
Yeah.
There's emotion, there's storytelling, there's a human touch that AI can't replicate, or can it?
That's the key point.
Yeah.
Algorithms can get really good at mimicking style,
Yeah.
but they don't have the lived experiences, the emotions, the cultural influences that shape a human artist's work.
Right.
Those are things that AI can't just download and copy.
Totally. And like we talked about before, AI can also be a collaborator, not just a competitor.
Exactly.
It can help artists break through creative blocks, explore wild new ideas, even push their own style in directions they never thought possible.
It's a tool to enhance our own creativity.
Right. Think back to when photography first came around.
Right.
People thought it would kill painting.
Right.
But instead it pushed art in new directions.
Oh.
So I think AI will be similar, not a replacement, but a new tool.
A new medium.
Yeah, that leads to new forms of art we can't even imagine yet.
Exactly.
So like a co-evolution of art and technology. That makes me wonder about the art market, though.
Right.
We're already seeing AI-generated pieces being sold.
Yeah.
Some for big bucks. Will collectors accept this new kind of art?
That's the million-dollar question, literally.
Yeah.
The art market can be so fickle, driven by trends and hype.
Right.
AI art is hot right now. But will it last? Will it be seen as valuable in the long run or just a fad?
And then there's the whole question of who owns AI art.
Right.
If it's the AI making it not a human hand, who gets the copyright, the programmer, the software company, the AI itself?
Yeah, that's where things get legally and ethically tricky.
Yeah.
Our current laws weren't written with AI artists in mind.
For sure.
So we're going to need new rules and ways of thinking to deal with this stuff as it becomes more common.
It's like AI is moving so fast.
Yeah.
Our laws and even our ideas about art can't keep up.
It's a rapidly evolving landscape.
It is. But hey, that's kind of the exciting part too, right?
And
We get to figure this out together as we go.
we're all on this journey together.
We are, and we can't forget about the accessibility side of things.
Right.
Sure, AI can make these powerful tools available to more people,
Yes.
but we need to make sure everyone actually benefits,
Absolutely.
not just a select few.
It's about democratizing access.
Yeah,
Not just about the technology itself.
you're right. It would be a shame if AI art just ended up being a playground for the rich and techie.
Totally.
We need to make sure these tools are accessible to artists from all backgrounds with all kinds of perspectives.
Diversity is key.
Yes.
The more people who can use these tools,
Yeah,
the wider the range of art we'll see created.
absolutely.
And that's what's truly exciting.
Yeah.
Seeing how AI can push the boundaries of human creativity, not replace it.
It's been an incredible journey unpacking all of this.
Yes.
From the nitty-gritty tech specs to the mind-bending philosophical questions.
Yeah.
AI art is a wild ride.
It's a wild ride for sure.
It is. I feel like we've only scratched the surface.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning as AI gets smarter.
Right.
Who knows what crazy creative possibilities will emerge.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
It's both exciting and a little bit scary, to be honest.
I agree.
But I'm definitely more excited.
Yeah.
Feels like we're on the brink of a whole new era in art.
I think so too.
Well said. And to all our listeners out there, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yes.
How do you see AI shaping the future of art?
What are your hopes and fears?
Does it make you nervous, excited, or a bit of both?
Let us know.
We're all figuring this out together.
There are.
And that's what makes it such a fascinating conversation.
Absolutely.
And on that note, we'll wrap up our deep dive into AI-powered painting with Krita.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Until next time, keep those creative sparks flying.